All right. Hey, everybody. It is Friday. Welcome to another edition of Sipping with Sue time. You know what time it is, so grab your glass, join us. We are having a really good time this time around because it's April. It's my birthday month, and so it was only fitting to bring my fantastically wonderful friends, hello, Lynette and Jon,
Hey,
onto the show. Hey, how are you guys doing?
good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Just wondering what you guys are mixing up.
Hmm.
I know. I'm excited to have you guys on because I know that we tried to do this the last time around. I think it was back in was it February? I think it was February, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
think so.
February, and we tried to get you guys on, and then we had the whole wonky Facebook thing going on, and
Yep.
so it was really odd, and so we didn't get to actually have you come on and mix your drinks. But I've known both Jon and Lynette for, gosh, you guys, how many years has it been?
At least 6, going on 7, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
That
hot
seems
minute.
right.
It's been a long time. But they're one of my favorite couples. Absolutely wonderful, outstanding. I met Jon through my hubby, and they worked together. And then I met the beautiful Lynette afterwards. And of course, your husband is the best dressed man on the circuit when it comes to trade shows.
Yes, I would
And
agree.
so, yeah, we'll have to do another episode where you're showing people how to do your funky ties.
Oh, right. That would be fun.
That
What's a
would be
tie? I haven't wore one in forever.
I know, in over a year, right?
Yeah. I put one on the other day when we went to church. I was like, I'm just going to wear a tie because I have to.
Yes. Did you do just a plain knot, or did you do one of your funky ones?
I think I did just a plain knot because I was using a wool tie, so they're a little bit more
Okay.
difficult.
Okay. So it was just a normal thing then. Meh, moving on. Moving
Yeah.
on. Meh. But Jon and Lynette, so you guys have been mixing drinks, and where did this whole thing come from? Because I know that you guys really mix some fancy, crafty cocktails, things that I would see that you guys have made before. I would, go to some fancy restaurant or bar to kind of
Mhm.
go and spend a whole lot of money on a cocktail. So where did you guys come in with making your own?
So I think it's kind of where we both land, anyways, because we like to do our own stuff. But COVID made us do it, really. Um, what else do you do on COVID when you can't go out, you can't hang out with friends, you can't go and get a Manhattan anywhere, so you got to make your own. And we've
Mhm.
used a couple different apps for getting different cocktail recipes, and all have come up lacking. And then we used to use liquor.com, but they changed their profile a lot. So now they're just more of a news article in a sense.
Okay.
We do find some fun drinks out there still. But then we found Difference. Lynette found Difference Guide. And that's the link I sent you for my cocktail. And
Uh-huh.
Difference Guide is really fantastic. So it's got recipes galore, and you can even add your own if you find another one that's not in your area. You can add your own custom ones and make your own changes. So it's fun, and we like experiencing different things. So we've been playing around. So here's Lynette now making her night flight.
Okay,
Night
so
flight.
I'm gonna put you on full screen, and I'm gonna have you guys go through the process of making your drink of a
Very
night
good.
flight. Okay.
Yeah, she's making a night flight, and I'm making something different.
Okay, so A Night Flight was created by Andra Johnson from Bresca in DC. It's a Michelin star restaurant. And I was just looking online, and they're a 1-star Michelin star restaurant. And actually, I couldn't tell if Andra Johnson's still there. And her night flight is no longer on the cocktail menu.
So
Maybe
sad.
that's because they change the cocktail menu often. But anyway, it is a floral boozy drink, is what I like to call it. And it has a really good flavor. You can definitely taste the gin, but also the creme de violet comes through really nicely. So that's where you get your floral from. Anyway, it's 1.5 ounces of this gin and 1 ounce of vodka. Let me get my glasses back on.
And she's using Tito's now because we had some left over. We invited somebody over for dinner and bought him some Tito's, and then he never even drank it. So we usually use a different one, but Tito's is actually pretty good. So
yeah, Tito's is not bad.
It mixes well.
So Miss Johnson, bartender Johnson, puts 1 ounce of creme de violet, but I increase it to 1.5 because I like the color that it gives. Purple is my favorite color. I have liked purple since I was a little kid and Donny Osmond wore it. And then the last liquor we have is Sailor's Gentian. That's a 1/2 ounce. Let's see, where is that?
And the Gentian is, it's a liqueur, but it's very herby. So it goes well with the floralness of the creme de violet.
And then a couple dashes of lemon bitters. And I don't have a candied lemon peel or just a regular lemon peel, but I do have some homemade brandied cherries that I'm going to use.
So now it's going to get a little loud.
Yeah. Did you get my glass?
Yep.
And the cherries, please. So we're going to get that all poured in to a nice frosty frozen glass. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, straining that. See how pretty? Look at that color. Just waiting on the cherries. We're almost there. So we made these cherries ourselves by just by happenstance, but they turned out really good. I don't have a recipe for them yet, but as soon as I do, I'll share. Anyway, here we go. Night flight. Cheers. Ta-da!
I love it. And I've seen it before. So what's the difference between using or adding your homemade cherries as opposed to adding the candied lemon?
Well, bartender Johnson, I call her that because I don't know her well enough to call her by her first name. But she puts a lemon peel surrounded by a cherry on a skewer.
Okay.
So that's her garnish. But I don't have the lemon peel right now, and I never have lemon peel lying around.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a bar as much as I'd like to be.
We have lemon peels over here when you want to come over.
Okay,
cool.
I will. So yes, that's why I just do 2 cherries because I feel cheated because I don't have a lemon peel.
Exactly.
And this is her creation. She says if the Vesper and the Aviation had a love child, this would be it. Because
Beautiful.
The Aviation has the creme de violet and the Vesper is a gin-based drink. So this is their love child.
Their love child,
Yeah.
yes. And it's so pretty.
It is gorgeous, isn't
Yes, it is. So cheers.
I love it. Cheers, cheers. And that was so easy to make too. It took
Right?
you
yeah.
like minutes, and then it's like
Most of them are.
but that's dangerous too.
Could be.
Mhm,
Could
mhm.
be.
It is. It really is.
Oh,
All right, so I'm going to be making yesterday, today, and Amaro.
Yesterday,
and
today, and tomorrow.
And Amaro gets its name from, or the name comes from Amaro. I'm using 2 different types. Where are we? Yeah, here we go. I'm using 2 different types of Amaro.
Uh-huh.
This is an Averna Amaro. Amaros are really strong, lots of herbs and spices used in making them, and they each have a different little flavor profile to them. Their recipes are secret and passed down through the generations. So each one has their own. And then the other one I'm using is the Cynar.
Yes, I know that one. It's very bitter. Yes, very herby.
And it's made from artichoke.
I cannot say that. It's cacciofi in Italian. And I spent a whole lot of time in the military, and it was my longest duty assignment was in Italy. And so for the longest time, I was like, what is that thing? It's cacciofi. And they're like, what? Artichoke.
Artichoke. Gotcha.
I can't say. I'm like, what is it in English? I don't know.
I don't know. So it starts off with a rye. I'm using a Knob Creek rye.
Okay.
It's 100%, 100 proof. So this one's also a very boozy drink. You're seeing a theme here between us. I'm increasing it a little bit because we don't like small drinks. So I'm upping the recipe just a smidge on each of these. And when we get done making them, it's always, boy, I sure hope it fits. So that's the fun part, right?
You might have a problem if you've measured the ounces in your cocktail glass and then you double or triple your drink to meet that ounce quantity.
Again, it's COVID. It's COVID. It's one of those things, right?
Right.
And I've had to increase the sizes on there. So that was 3/4 of an ounce. I did 3 ounces of the rye, and then I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of the other two, of the other Amaro. Is that a 1/2 ounce? Yeah. It's getting full. And then the last thing that goes into it is Benedictine. And Benedictine is fun because it's spicy. It's also very herby, so it should give it a nice balance. And for the record, this is my first time making this one. So
I like Benedictine because it has a honey flavor.
And so you get a little bit of sweetness to that then.
Correct. So this one is a stir versus a shake. So we had to get, this was my Christmas present, one of 2 crystal mixing glasses. So I got that. I'm very proud of it. My children know. And would you get me my glass?
Yes.
And then that's it. Put said little strainy on it.
One frosty glass.
And one frosty glass. We put these in the freezer ahead of time so that they stay nice and cold. And now's the reveal. Is it all going to fit? I may be taking a sip.
Oh no! Perfect, perfection. Holy cow!
In. We are in. And so first taste here. Wow, definitely very boozy. It's interesting. It almost has some citrus things come out by the mix of all the different cocktails. Pretty color, nice light brown, almost like a light molasses color. It's delicious. And then the fun thing we do is try each other's drinks.
Yes, and make sure that, compliments to the chef, to the bartender.
Right. So cheers to you. Cheers to the friends online.
Cheers, for sure.
I see Mr. Tobez on there as well.
Yes,
Greetings.
he was on here for just a little bit ago. So yes, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I know that you've done some other drinks in the past, and I would love to have. And Juan doesn't like to come on here, but John knows because he's been here. My husband makes probably one of the best old fashions ever.
Yes, he does.
I think John was laid out across the back patio here that night.
Yeah, I don't know what all he put in those old fashioned, but it was that, and then the cigar was really strong and went straight to my head.
Should blame it on the cigar. On the cigar.
Right. Every once in a while, they'll just go to your head and boom, boom, boom. So.
Awesome. So how did we rate each other? So Lynette, how was his drink?
Oh, his drink is definitely boozy. Mine is sweet and boozy, floral, sweet and boozy. His is, I don't like sweet drinks too much.
No,
but
neither do I.
This has just enough sweetness, but it's got a kick. His, that would knock me off my bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What happens when I smell when Juan's making the old fashions, he's like, smell this, it smells so good. And I was like, woo, like I'm already drunk from just.
I'm gonna pass out just from smelling it.
Yeah, and the Manhattans are the same thing. And I think it's because you've got those rye-based and those whiskey-based drinks, and they're really,
Yep.
really strong. I don't like super sweet drinks either. I do like spicy drinks. So I
Hmm.
like
Yes.
a good mix with that. Like I know down the road here, like I don't like margaritas. That's not one of my things. I don't love them. They kind of they're a little too sweet for me. But throw in a bottle of beer and turn that thing upside down, and I'm like, oh, this tastes good.
It's a whole nother creature, huh?
A Dosarita, let's do it. Or they do a pineapple jalapeno margarita.
Oh,
So that's like
that's
one of
good.
those where it's like, okay, it's sweet, but it totally balances it with that nice spicy kick. So I like
Hmm.
that kind of those kind of drinks. So yeah, those are good. A spicy cucumber, like martini or something.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We also recently bought what is the name of that creamy drink? The egg.
Oh, I'll get it real quick.
Oh,
So we bought
a gin fizz.
No. It's a liqueur, but it's an egg-based liqueur. It's kind of like eggnog, but
There's no dairy. in
but
it.
there's no dairy in it. But
Right.
it is made with eggs.
So is
let's
that
see.
from the UK by any chance?
This
Or
is actually
Ireland?
from Germany.
Germany.
Okay, because I've
And-
had
and-
something like that. It tastes like eggnog, but it was
Mhm.
not eggnog. It was not dairy. It was yellow. It was super thick. But
Yeah.
I had it. In my
See how
UK.
thick it is.
Yeah, my UK crew from back in the day at my first studio assignment could probably help me out, because that entire tour in the UK was completely a very foggy memory, because I was 18
Right.
years old and I was able to drink. But they had a liqueur just like that, and it was delicious.
This one's called Advocat. And
Yeah,
it may
I
be
thought
the
that's-
same name. But this is
Yeah.
actually a German one.
Okay.
But the name is also very Dutch, Verporten.
Okay.
Verporten.
Okay, so maybe it was Dutch or German, and it was an import to the UK. Again, I was 18 and I was drinking booze, so I was happy.
Hey, and you
legally.
remember, right?
You don't know where it comes from.
But-
you don't care.
That's right.
No.
Amazing drinks. So our next things that we're starting to do
Mhm.
is do some of our own blends.
Okay.
And so in our experimentation with our cherries, the cherries kind of didn't do so good. So rather than wasting them, we macerated them all up, and we
Okay.
made a cherry juice out of them. And then with the cherries left over, we put that in rum for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And now we have
okay.
some beautiful cherry rum. Amazing.
Okay.
And then,
So I saw that. So one of the pictures that you sent to me, you had a cask. So what were you? Okay. So what are you mixing up in there? Or what's going on with that?
So the cask is my other Christmas present. It's an aging barrel.
Okay.
And so I put some raw spirits in there, unaged spirits, and aged them. The fun thing about those aging barrels is because of the size, everything ages faster. So you don't have to have years in the barrel. You can do it, what you could do normally in years, you do it in months.
Okay.
So it becomes really fun. So I put some raw spirits in there. It was a rye and a sugar cane, if you would believe it, a blend of those two. That's the mash bill for it. Put those in there for, I think it was 65 days, and it went in really, really harsh, kind of like gasoline, and came out really smooth. It had some fun flavors in it, and so just doing that. And now I have some rum in the barrel that's aging. I just put that in about a week ago, so I'll probably leave the rum a good 3 months and do that. Some other people are using those barrels where they're actually pre-mixing a cocktail.
Okay.
Like one of the restaurants we go to here. They do a Black Manhattan, which is Averna Amaro in place of your what is it? Anyways, the Manhattan is your rye and blah, rye, sweet, and vermouth. So in place of your sweet vermouth, you use the Averna, and so it's just amazing flavors. And then he ages it. So it just makes those flavors condense and get really intense. It was an amazing thing. So a Negroni, you can make Negronis and age them. Turn out, I've not tasted one of those yet. But I can foresee after we get our bar built that I'm going to have multiple barrels down there.
I'm sure. And you have the space. So I'm
We
excited
do.
for your bar to be built as well. When is that coming up?
We're hopefully, Lord willing, starting on that project this year. So
Hopefully.
little by little.
Okay.
Funny story though, real quick, funny story about the Manhattan. I had a friend from New York City who was having a Manhattan at a restaurant, and I was sitting across from her, and it was a local restaurant, but she had lived years in the city, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty drink. I think I'll get one of those." And it had a pink color, and I get this thing, and because I'm thinking pink, it must be a girly drink. I get this thing, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what did I do?" My pride, I had to finish it, but I was like, I need some food, like, because this is not going to go well, right? I need some food, like right now. Lots of carbs. Give me some French fries.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So same story. I tried a Negroni for the first time on our Singapore trip, I think. And it was one of those they were having, like, it was like Manhattan's. That was like their drinks. They were doing all of those like types of drinks. And then I told Juan was like, "Yeah, I'll have a Manhattan." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try this Negroni thing. It sounds fun. Whatever."
That sounds fun.
I took the first sip and I was like, yeah, there's no shame in my game. I was like, "Guess what, babe? You're going to drink both of those because I'm not drinking this. Can I have?" And then I went back to it. "Can I have a red wine, please?"
Here you go, Tobaz. This is yours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I was like, "There's no way. There's no way."
That's funny.
But yeah, they're just not. And the same thing with martinis. So the first time I had martinis was in Colorado. Like, I probably had them before, but like I've never, sat down adulting and like said, "Okay, we're gonna have a martini, this classy drink, whatever." And there's a martini bar that we went to in Colorado Springs downtown, and they have fantastic martinis. And I was a two drink girl. I was like,
Wow.
I'm a cheap date. I said, I
Cheap
am
date.
done.
We're moving to the other side so that we could actually sit down and enjoy this.
Yes, please do. Please do. But yeah, it was wild because of the alcohol content, because I don't normally drink those, and because of the altitude in Colorado.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
it was like, whew, it was one of those where I was like, "Yep, this is it. I can't."
Well, whatever you do, don't ask hubby about him and I drinking martinis down in wherever it was.
In Vegas.
No, it wasn't Vegas. It was in Louisiana.
Oh, that's right.
In
Yeah.
Louisiana? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What was going on down there?
It was a bit of a business trip that had a little
They
diversion.
always say that. Hold on, Lynette. A business trip.
It was a bit of a business trip. Yeah.
Good thing we had an anchor when we were actually time to talk to the customer.
Okay,
Because
gotcha.
Juan and I were not at all able to do much the next morning.
No,
So.
I heard about this.
That was
Terrible.
Well, we did end up in a casino, and the problem with casinos is they just keep bringing you crap drinks.
Yeah.
They keep, yes, and they're not, because they want you to spend more money on whatever your, poker,
Yeah.
slots, whatever is going on at the
Exactly.
table. Unless you're in Vegas, because in Vegas, they actually do give you good drinks, and they're strong and nice. So that's the only
Nice.
time you get good drinks in the casino. Otherwise, nah. I'm going to say no,
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah, that was my first time actually. I've never even been to a casino before, and so
Are you serious? And the first time you went was in Louisiana?
with Juan.
My husband is a horrible influence. Did he teach you how to craft too?
Well, I was watching him play craps because I'd rather drink my money away than throw it on a table. But
Again, cheers to that. I agree.
Yeah.
Cheers. Because I'm like, no, I can't. But he also wins big too, so that's cool.
Right. I mean, it's some people do, and it's it's a fun sport. I mean, like if you spend a bunch of money going and doing any type of sport or fun activity, it's essentially wasted. But as long as you're enjoying your time,
Absolutely.
right,
Absolutely.
and you work your budget and all that good stuff, it's a fun thing.
Yeah.
I just never had fun with it.
Yeah,
I'm also, I don't win stuff either. Lynette wins like raffles and stuff like she always wins. Me, I don't
So you're a sore loser is what you're trying to say.
I don't know. I'm just a I'm just a seasoned loser. I know where my game is, and it's not in game.
It's not at the table. Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha.
My parents would always set me up at the company picnic. Is it bingo game?
Mhm.
Every year I won something. They're like,
Nice.
Lynette, go win us something. Go get us a cooler, or like a new girl cover or something. Go win us something. So that's what I did at the company picnic every year.
At that one year we went, and the first time we were married, we went down to the company picnic. You also won a knife block with knives in it.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow. And then it got passed on to our daughter.
Lucky charm.
Right? It got passed on to our daughter because when she was little, we had a little church activity, and they do the cake walk where they play the music, and if you stop on the right spot, you get a cake. I don't know how many cakes she came home with, but she did cake walk all day long.
And she did none of the rides, none of the Bible story fishing game. She did none of that. She did cakewalk with the old people.
Yep.
We're like, where's our
back with a bunch of cakes?
Right? Where's our 6-year-old? Where is she? Oh, we'd ask the other girls, where is she? Well, she's doing the cakewalk. She did it for hours and won all these cakes.
She did. When she gets focused, it's going to happen.
There you go. Well, I think it passes. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and so Lynette's already the good luck charm. So it just got passed down, so it's all good. Right. I mean, she didn't get your side, John, so we're good.
No.
That is good, right?
That one did not
get
his side.
Not get my side.
No.
That is awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you so much for showing us. Yeah, for sure. For showing us like a little bit of how you mix up drinks. And I know that there are some people out there that are just they're just doing things that are amazing, and they may not have like the bartender, it's not my certification, it's not the thing that I do, it's not my label, but you've got that hat on regardless. That's right. And you're doing it. And again, COVID was, this last year has been that year of let's try out new things and see what we can do. And you guys are doing awesome things and making amazing drinks, and it's my birthday month, so it's like cheers. And then Lynette, it's your birthday month next month. Not this month. That's right.
Next month, right? Next month.
Because Lynette, when I talked to her about coming on, she was making the avocado, right?
Yes.
A drink with the avocado, and she was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna celebrate my birthday too, woo!" And she's like, "Wait, when did you say this is again?" And I was like, "April. If we're in the month of April," she's like, "My birthday's in May. Never mind."
Never mind.
It happens. Things get a little fuzzy up there once in a while. April, May, 2001, 2002, whatever.
Yeah, 2021. It's all the same. It's all the same. We just blend it all together. It's all good. But thanks for coming out. I love you guys. I miss you so much. I hope to see you guys soon, and fingers crossed the bar will be done by then too. If not, we'll be at the kitchen table where you guys are at and be making drinks. And I'm going to try that, Lynette, that you've made, because you're going to make it for me.
Yes, of course.
And then go upstairs and hang out on the terrace as long as the weather permits.
As long as it's not raining like it did last time.
Yeah, it will be nice. We'll try to like coordinate it where it's a nicer
good
time frame. Yeah, for sure. But thanks for coming on again. For those folks that are just watching on Facebook, I have a YouTube channel as well. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell so that you can get all of the notifications. Next week, we will be not talking drinks. We'll actually be talking fitness. So we're changing gears just a little bit. And we'll be talking fitness. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, guys. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.